الله من الشيطان الرجيم وما كان لمؤمن أن يقتل مؤمنا إلا خطأ ومن قتل مؤمنا خطأ فتحرير رقبة مؤمنة ودية مسلمة إلى أهله إلا أن يصدقوا فإن كان من قوم عدو لكم وهو مؤمن فتحرير رقبة مؤمنة وإن كان من قوم بينكم وبينهم ميثاق فدية مسلمة إلى أهله وتحرير رقبة مؤمنة فمن لم يجد فصيام شهرين متتابعين توبة من الله وكان الله عليما حكيما ومن يقتل مؤمنا متعمدا فجزاؤه جهنم خالدا فيها وغضب الله عليه ولعنه وأعد له عذابا عظيما يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا ضربتم في سبيل الله فتبينوا ولا تقولوا لمن ألقى إليكم السلام لست مؤمنا تبتغون عرض الحياة الدنيا فعند الله مغانم كثيرة كذلك كنتم من قبل فمن الله عليكم فتبينوا إن الله كان بما تعملون خبيرا صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. First three ayat that we are going to do inshallah today, they refer to killing or homicide. So essentially the rulings of Islam, they are pretty intricate details to it. Essentially there's three kinds of killings explained in Islam: qatl khata, qatl amad and qatl shibh khata. Qatl khata is that where somebody is killed by mistake. Qatl amad is when somebody is killed with a sharp instrument intentionally, and qatl shibh khata is that when somebody is killed, it's right in between, where somebody is killed but not with a sharp object like a knife or a bullet or something, which is not intended for killing. That object itself is not intended for killing. So there is a doubt in between that it was intentional or unintentional. So intentional ones are very clear, that somebody shoots someone, somebody kills someone through a sword or something. And unintentional ones are also clear, that somebody, for example, went to the example given here is that somebody was going hunting and they thought of a human being as an animal, so they killed them, or those kind of things, those by mistake. So anyway, there's different rulings for the different ones. Then there's other subcategories. For example, the person who's killed, the maqtul, was there a mu'min? Was there a mu'min but part of belong to a nation that is enemies of Islam? So it is part of a nation, a group, that is a country or a nation that is enemies of Islam, but it is a believer and living there. Or it is a zimmi, somebody who's under the protection of Muslims and paying protection money to Muslims. Or somebody who's called something called musta'min, somebody who's been given aman or peace by a Muslim. Or somebody who is under a peace treaty. So there's different rulings for different people of these kind. Basically, here we'll read the translation, and the commands given here, which are very clear, will become apparent. Then the details can be consulted from the ulama. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from running into any such situation. وَمَا كَانَ لِمُؤْمِنٍ أَن يَقْتُلَ مُؤْمِنًا إِلَّا خَطَأً. It is not for a believer, so it is not befitting, or it is not suitable, or it is not, a mu'min can basically do that. أَن يَقْتُلَ مُؤْمِنًا إِلَّا خَطَأً, that they kill any believer, إِلَّا خَطَأً, except by a mistake. وَمَنْ قَتَلَ مُؤْمِنًا, and if that happens, whoever kills a mu'min, خَطَأً, by mistake, فَتَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ مُؤْمِنَةٍ, then a believing slave has to be freed. So this is the compensation. If somebody kills a mu'min, a believer, by mistake, then the compensation is فَتَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ مُؤْمِنَةٍ. Number one, a believing slave has to be freed. وَدِيَةٌ مُسَلَّمَةٌ إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِ, and blood money must be paid to his family. Then what is the blood money? It is also different in different cases. In some cases it is 400 camels, and then even then there is detail that there has to be 400 camels of different kinds, certain kinds. Or in some cases it is 100 camels. So diyat is basically blood money, some asset given to the bereaved, the people left behind, the warithin, the inheritors of the killed. إِلَّا أَن يَصَّدَّقُوا, unless they forego it. So diyat is something that can be forgiven, that the money that the family, the remaining people, the people who have been left behind are going to get, they can forgive. Now in that, if there is multiple inheritors, each inheritor can forgive their own share. But if all of them forgive their share, then diyat in total will be forgiven. فَإِنْ كَانَ مِنْ قَوْمٍ عَدُوٍّ لَكُمْ وَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ. If the victim belongs to a people hostile to you and is a believer, so a mu'min but is living and part of a nation that is enemies to Islam, فَتَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ مُؤْمِنَةٍ. Only one thing will have to be done: a believing slave will have to be freed. And it makes sense that money will not be given to the nation of kuffar, a kafir nation. وَإِنْ كَانَ مِنْ قَوْمٍ بَيْنَكُمْ وَبَيْنَهُمْ مِيثَاقٌ. And if the third case is if it belongs to a people between whom and you there is a treaty, بَيْنَكُمْ وَبَيْنَهُمْ مِيثَاق, فَدِيَةٌ مُسَلَّمَةٌ إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِ. Then diyat or blood money is to be given. وَتَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ مُؤْمِنَةٍ. And also a believing slave is to be freed. So it's just like the first situation. فَمَنْ لَمْ يَجِدْ فَصِيَامُ شَهْرَيْنِ مُتَتَابِعَيْنِ تَوْبَةً مِّنَ اللَّهِ. If someone does not find the capacity to, so somebody does not have any slaves, then what they will do is that they will buy and free a believing slave, or give that kind of money, or they will fast. If they don't have that capacity, monetarily they are not sound, then the tawbah set forth by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that they will continuously fast for 2 full months. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. And Allah is the one who has full knowledge and full wisdom. So whatever, you may understand this, you may not understand this, you may feel this is logical, you may feel that it's not logical. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Alim and Hakim. He has commanded this, so it has to be done. وَمَنْ يَقْتُلْ مُؤْمِنًا مُتَعَمِّدًا فَجَزَاؤُهُ جَهَنَّمْ. And somebody who kills a mu'min deliberately, مُتَعَمِّدًا, فَجَزَاؤُهُ جَهَنَّمْ, then the real reward for them, the befitting reward for them is فَجَزَاؤُهُ Jahannam, hellfire. خَالِدًا فِيهَا, they will stay there ever and ever, never come back again. وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ. And as if that was not enough, غَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be very angry with them. وَلَعَنَهُ, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will cast curse upon them. So Jahannam khalidan fiha, وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَلَعَنَهُ وَأَعَدَّ لَهُ عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا. The fourth thing is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we have prepared for them a mighty punishment. عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. Those people, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said that there will be a time, which is in fact a sign of the Qiyamah, that people will be killing each other, and the killer will be a believer, the being killed will be a believer. Neither the killer will know why they are killing them, the one that they are killing, and nor the being killed will know why they were killed. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from those times, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from all trials and tribulations. We'll do one more ayah, which is a little detail. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha darabtum fi sabilillah. O you who believe, when you go out in the way of Allah. Darabtum fi sabilillah, when you go out, when you travel. So this ayah particularly refers to when people are traveling, because this case particularly becomes more relevant when people are traveling. Because when somebody is traveling, patience gets decreased, because you are already in a challenging state. You have to at times be somewhere, you are facing the hardships of traveling, you are away from home, you are out of your comfort zone, so things become hard. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this order, command specifically about when somebody is traveling, but the ruling is general, that when you are traveling, فَتَبَيَّنُوا. The background of this ayah is that Muslims, and there's multiple narrations about this, that why was this ayah revealed, or on what background this ayah was revealed. One narration refers to Miqdad ibn al-Aswad radiallahu anhu. There's others about other Sahaba, that they went out as a group. The Prophet ﷺ sent them for jihad. When they reached, sometimes the army of kuffar would run away, and only one person remained, and that person was very rich and had a herd of sheep or goats. So that person said Amantu billahi, or said La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. So the Sahaba who were sent as an army, they said this person, only to safeguard his money, he is claiming Islam. So they still killed him and took his money or his assets as ghanimat, as booty. क्या कहते हैं उसको, war है, bounty, हाँ, spoils of war, that's what I was looking for. And they brought it back to the Prophet ﷺ. When they brought it back to the Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet ﷺ became very angry and reprimanded the Sahaba who had done this. How are you going to answer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when somebody read a kalima right before you and you still killed them? thinking that what do you know what is in a person's heart. If somebody is claiming Islam, you have to accept their Islam. There is a detail to this. فَتَبَيَّنُوا, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, research it. وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَنْ أَلْقَى إِلَيْكُمُ السَّلَامِ. This refers to another similar story where somebody who greeted Muslims with salam to express their faith. And salam is something which is also a sign of somebody being a Muslim. The Sahaba still killed them, thinking the same thing, that this person is only safeguarding his life, he hasn't believed from heart. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that don't think that these people, lasta mu'mina, don't think that these people are not a believer, or don't say to them that you are not a believer. تَبْتَغُونَ عَرَضَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا, to seek stuff of the worldly life. So there's two additional details that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put. Number one is that when a situation arises, research it. Go deeper and find out before you take an action. The second thing is that do not declare them a non-believer based on your worldly interests. Now some people say that there's people who say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, and we still, the ulama haq, they say that these people are kuffar. There's certain factions there, those people for example who deny and do not want to accept the hadith altogether, and still they say we are Muslims. Similarly Qadiani people, they say La ilaha illallah, we are saying La ilaha illallah, why are Muslims declaring us non-Muslims? So the thing is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here is not saying that if somebody only says La ilaha illallah, you have to take them as Muslim. You have to research, you have to determine. If somebody is claiming La ilaha illallah and still on the same side, on the other hand, they are also saying things that make them a kafir. For example, not believing in the Prophet ﷺ as the last and final prophet. Then their kalima holds no value, because they are declaring a thing of kufr right at the same time as they are declaring a thing of iman. Another example, people who say hadith, they do not accept hadith, right? To not accept hadith, basically they are saying La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, but then when you are saying Muhammadur Rasulullah and you are saying that we do not believe in the sayings of the Muhammadur Rasulullah, or when you are saying that we believe in the Quran but not believe in the hadith, then there is several ayat of the Quran that say that Qul ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul. Many of them we've done. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is explicitly asking Muslims, the Quran is commanding Muslims to follow the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the words of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If they are not believing that, then they are saying kalima kufr as well. So somebody saying kalima at the same time, kalima tawheed and kalima kufr at the same time, they will be considered a non-Muslim and will be treated like a non-Muslim. فَعِنْدَ اللَّهِ مَغَانِمُ كَثِيرًا. If you declare these people, and the other thing that I wanted to point out is that تَبْتَغُونَ عَرَضَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Nobody wants to declare these people as non-Muslim based on worldly interests. Most of the time, to reconcile with these people and to bring them and keep them with you, keeping them with you has worldly benefit. And declaring them non-Muslims or being steadfast on the teachings of the Quran and Sunnah has apparent worldly damages. But when it is done, when the ulama haq do it, then they do it based on the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not based on their worldly needs or worldly interests. فَعِنْدَ اللَّهِ مَغَانِمُ كَثِيرًا. If you do that you declare somebody a kafir and kill them just because you are behind their assets or their wealth. فَعِنْدَ اللَّهِ مَغَانِمُ كَثِيرًا. With Allah there are spoils in abundance. What you are looking for, Allah has that in abundance. كَذَلِكَ كُنْتُم مِّن قَبْلُ فَمَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكُمْ فَتَبَيَّنُوا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the Sahaba that if you think about it, in a very recent past, such was your state, that when you were in Makkah, a lot of you, although they believed in heart that the Prophet ﷺ was the right true Prophet, you were not able to declare it with your tongues because of the pressure of kuffar. So you don't know that person that you killed may have faith right from the beginning, but because of the pressure of kuffar, he was not declaring it, and as soon as that pressure went away, they declared Islam, and you still killed that person. So remember that was the state, that was your state too. فَمَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكُمْ فَتَبَيَّنُوا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did favor upon you. فَتَبَيَّنُوا. So be careful. And bayyanu basically means to open something up. So do a deep research and find a clear thing. Do not make any decision in haste. Inna Allah kana bima ta'maluna khabira. And whatever you do, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all aware with what intention, for what reasons you are doing it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is totally aware of it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from all sins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from the people of the Quran, who are the special people of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqi Sayyidina wa ala Muhammad wa ala